What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you another video in Swagmas, but also just on my channel. And I don't do these types of videos very often, but I'm actually going to be bringing you guys first impressions. So I was really excited to play with the two palettes that I picked up from ColourPop, both the Child Palette and the Mandalorian Palette. They're both in this Star Wars collaboration that ColourPop has now been doing for about 2 years now, and I was really excited to pick them up. Originally, when I started filming for this video, I only physically had the Mandalorian palette, so you will hear me complain just a little bit about the fact that I only had this palette, even though I picked up the bundle that had both. But I was able to figure out the situation and get my second palette, so I will be rounding out this video with this look that you guys see today, which is my first impressions look on the Child palette as well. Really pretty palettes. I am very excited. They are small, but ColourPop's palettes tend to be small, I guess, to keep production costs down, etc. And yeah, I am excited to have these palettes, excited to play. Let's get into playing. Alrighty guys, so I am here to bring you guys a look. Originally I was gonna do a like a combination of a look with the Mandalorian palette and the Child palette, but as I said in the intro, I'm having difficulties getting my Child palette. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play with this, and then hopefully in the future I can play with the Child palette. So first, I already primed my eyes. I'm just gonna focus in on the really pretty like sandy shade, and this is gonna go all in my crease and transition area. Okay, it's a soft shade, definitely not as pigmented as I would love, but it still shows up, so that works. Then what I'm going to take is pick a smaller blending brush. This happens to be the MAC 217 synthetic, and I am going to go into the shade Creed. Okay, so sorry, when I came to look to see what was going on in the camera, I unfortunately ran out of memory. But what I did is I just took my MAC 217 synthetic brush and I went into the shade Creed, and I blended it right on my outer V, and then I blended it into my crease. The two shades are perfectly blended. I also took that Creed shade to my lower lash line, and then I took the bigger blending brush and I just blended it out and kind of just continued to blend until my satisfaction. Really sorry about that. That's the struggle of recording for a whole 31 days. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is take a flat shader brush. This one happens to be from ABH. This is their number 18 brush. And I am just going to take a bit of NYX glitter glue and cut my lid. Okay, so I took a bit much, so I'm just going to kind of pat it around in the extra spots. And I am just going to take that brush that I had Creed on, no real additional product at the beginning, and just pat on that outer edge, just to get the two shades to marry when I finally put the lid shade. The first lid shade that I'm going to use is Tatooine Glimmer, which is the dark brown metallic shade. So I'm just going to take that, and it looks like there's like some cool tone, like kind of gunmetal to it. It looks like it's like a gunmetal with a hint of brown. That's exactly what this looks like. It looks really pretty. So I'm just going to apply this all over my lid and pretty close into that inner corner. So that's that. Then I'm gonna flip my brush over and then go into Berserk Steel, which is the kind of silverly shade, and I am going to put that on the inner corner, or the inner part of my lid. Now it looks really stark, but take the time to just go back and forth between the two shades and it will marry really nicely, mainly because, like I said, there is that like gunmetal base kind of, if you will, to that brown, so it kind of just marries together. Then I'm just going to take a pencil brush and put Berserk Steel in my inner corner and at the beginning of my lower lash line. And pretty much that is the look. The only other things I need to do is do my waterline and my mascara. I am going to go ahead and put on the LA Girl Ultimate, and I think this is their nude. Oh, it's super bright. And then I actually used the ColourPop Level Up Lengthening Mascara in honor of wearing the ColourPop palette. So I'm going to do that really quickly and then I'll show you guys the finished look. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. And like I said, this is the finished look. It is only the first time that I am really playing with this palette. I definitely want to give it some more time, some more love. But what I will say is I am really loving this Tattoo Glimmer shade. It's a very unique shade that I feel like I may not have otherwise gotten in another collection. Although, I mean, I have so much eyeshadow, you never know, I might have actually already had something like that. I definitely am not liking Creed, mainly because it does have that shimmer, and to me, I don't like when that shimmer is in other parts of my look. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. If I was doing an all shimmer look or a very blown out kind of smooth base look, more like Lauren May Beauty, how she does her makeup, then yeah, okay, cool, I can deal with a glittery matte. But the way that I do my eye looks, I am very structured pretty much. I want my mattes where my mattes are and I want my shimmers where my shimmers are. So I'm not loving that, but I do like the shade, I do like the tone, just not the formulation. So overall, definitely liking all the shades today that I used. I only used 4 shades, definitely would like to use more. I am slightly concerned because of how light the Navarro Sand looks on my skin tone. I'm very concerned about the other kind of lighter creased shade, but these two I'm not really concerned about. I have very high hopes. I think I'm gonna really mainly use kind of these dark shades and then the 4 shimmers. So overall, excited, not as excited as I was before, but I'm still excited nonetheless. Alrighty guys, so I recorded this video originally I think yesterday, and I was able to get my hands on the Child palette. So I just wanted to pop in, at least showing you guys a look with this palette. Hopefully you'll appreciate it. So pretty much the look of this on this eye is exactly what I'm going to be replicating, and let's just get into it. So first we're gonna go into the shade Baby Face, which is the kind of lightest green in this palette, and this is going to go all over our crease and in our transition area. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush. This one happens to be from Sephora. It's their 27. I just used the Morphe M525, and with the Sephora brush now, which is a smaller brush, I'm gonna go into Float Your Crib. That's actually really funny because his crib floats. So I'm going to just coat my brush and focus not only on the outer V, but also really into my crease. I'm going to try and keep the initial application low in my crease so that when I blend the shadow up to like blend her in, it does not overtake the first shadow that I just applied. I am really going to take the time to, like I said, build this shade up to my satisfaction. Feel free to always go back once again into your original brush to blend it out when needed. And then I'm just going to take just a little bit of that and apply it to my lower lash line. Should I have used a smaller brush? Yes. Did I? No. And we're just going to go with it. We're going to go with it today. I'm then just going to take the fluffier brush that I had the first shade, and that is going to blend out that shade that I just put down. Okay? So super basic crease so far. Then I'm going to take an even smaller blending brush. This is the Royal and Land Nickel BOM 747, and I'm going to go into Droid Protocol, which is the brown, and just deepen her up even more. So I'm going to actually start the brown closer to my actual lid and keep this even further down in my crease once again, just to try and make sure that the end result, I still see all of the shadows that I took the time to apply onto my eye. Okay, and that's looking really good. Now what I'm going to do is cut my lid really quickly, and to do that, of course, I'm going to use a flat brush. This happens to be the ABH 18 and some NYX glitter glue. So I'm going to do this and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so just before I put on my lid shade, I'm just going to take a bit of that brown and just apply that over the outer edge of that NYX glitter glue. And then I'm going to take my flat brush again and go into the Force, which is a really pretty like green, lime green with like silver glitter in it. I'm pretty sure just by the look of this that this is actually a super shock formulation, just their pressed formula version. It looks like it in the pan, and I have not done any research, so who knows if I'm right, but just looking at it, it just looks like one. Okay, so that's that. And then what I'm going to do is take a pencil brush. This happens to be from Eddie Funkhauser. It's his pencil brush. And then I'm going to go into the shade Precious Cargo, which is the lightest shade. It's like a duochrome white to lime green shade. I'm going to apply some on my brush and then spray my brush, and then use this to apply my inner corner highlight, and then of course slightly up on the lid and then into my lower lash line. So that's the finished look. All I'm gonna do is just put on my mascara. I am once again trying the ColourPop Level Up Lengthening Mascara, and then I'll come back to show you guys the finished look. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. And yeah, like I said, this is the finished look. I'm really enjoying how this look came out, not only today but also yesterday. So it's just really nice to play with these ColourPop formulas. It has been quite some time since I have played with a ColourPop palette and truly enjoyed it, but I have enjoyed my first impressions of both of these palettes. Both of these palettes definitely have some really nice light shades, some really nice darkening shades, some really nice shimmers. I like both of the shimmer formulas so far. I am just excited to try more of the shades, really just dig into both of these palettes, maybe do a mix and match where I kind of create a look with both of the palettes just to see kind of how I like to combine them, kind of building more texture, more depth, variety, all of that all over my lid. So far I am really happy that I picked up both of these palettes. I will try to do some swatches and have them on the screen now in case you haven't seen these swatched on somebody of my complexion. In case you are interested in seeing what or knowing what my foundation shade are, is I always have popular-ish foundation shade matches down below, and I also will go ahead and link up right about now my previous video where I literally foundation swatch all of my foundations that are currently in my collection, so that you can actually see what is going on. And I also always am going to have all of the items that are on my face, so in case you're interested in the foundation that is currently on my face, that'll be down there as well. The only kind of oddballs out is I am wearing my Danessa Myricks Rustic Cream Blush, so, or Color Fix, whichever you prefer to call it. So that's the only oddball out on my face that is not a kind of typical product that I have been wearing. But other than that, really enjoying these palettes so far. Very excited to get my purchase that I picked up. And yeah, I will continue to update you guys. Hopefully in December, late December, if not sometime in January, I'll do a roundup of kind of what these palettes are like. As for the mascara, you definitely have to play with it, but I do think it actually is buildable. I think right now the one true thing that it's really lacking is the volume, but they do have a more volumizing mascara on their website. I do also believe it's on Ulta as well, so if you do prefer volume as I do, that is also an alternative of a cheaper mascara that does something, and I actually do like that mascara, so I will put that out there. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, seeing the swatches, seeing the first impression, eye tutorials, all of that jazz. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video, and I hope you guys will continue to enjoy Swagmas. I'll see you guys tomorrow, like I said. Alrighty guys, bye.